Well, I was 16. It was my first job. Well, me and my friend Shaye, and we're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I was afraid to talk to him.
I guess she was kind of afraid of me for some reason. She's just a really pretty girl, full of life. Everything about her just was interesting to me. It just had a presence about her, you know, you just kind of like noticed her like as soon as she like walked in.
So Shaye or any of the other workers would always be like, oh, can you make me this and this? He's like, nope, whatever I have right here. Then I'd be like, well, I want like pasta, and he would be the only one. He'd only cook for me. And that had a place in my heart because I love food.
We just started like talking a little bit more here and there, joking around with each other at work, and then I'd be checking the schedule every time to see if she working like the same shift as me, and I would pick up shifts that I knew should be working that night, or like I would switch with other people just so like, I would have more time to like see her at work.
I knew he was the one. I knew it. When I went to college, he thought it was gonna end because I went away to college, and like, nope, here we are.
I knew after the first time that we kissed that I don't know, it's just something I'd never like felt before. It was definitely magical. Say Shaye in 5 words: obviously beautiful, strong, intelligent, very goal-oriented, and determined. And throw a 6th one in there: love of my life.
When I found out I was pregnant, me and my friends were all gonna have a girls' night, and I was like, I think I should take a pregnancy test. So once I said that, my heart was pounding. My roommate went to go get a test, and then we took it, and it came back positive. I didn't tell Tyler that night. I waited the next day, told my sister, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Gotta prepare like how I'm gonna finish school and all that. And so the next day I told him, and I was gonna wait till after work. So I FaceTimed him, like, I gotta tell you something, I'm pregnant.
I just remember I was at work. I was working at catering for like, it was like 400 people or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was a super busy day, and like, I thought she was joking at first.
And he was like, all right, I gotta go, like, because he was working. So he told the guys, like, I'll be right back. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, like, I took 3 tests. I'm like, they're all the same.
I know my initial reaction, I was definitely shocked, because first she FaceTimed me, and I was like around like everybody at work, and she said it, and I was like, okay, hold on. And I was like, I'll be right back, everybody. Give me a minute here. And I went into the back room, and I called her back, and I think I was more so nervous about like her, like you finishing school, and
that was his main thing, me finishing school.
I didn't want to like mess her dreams up, you know, or her goals, you know.
Actually, when I told him I was pregnant, he was just acting really like weird. Like, I thought he was gonna break up with me. I'm like, oh great, like this is, well, here, before I even told him I was pregnant, that he actually planned on proposing on our 5 or 4 years. So he was distancing himself from me because he was very nervous and he was gonna tell me. But for those like 3 months, I was like, what is going on? And I even like told my mom, but my mom knew about everything. And she's like, no, he's probably just, you know, whatever. Everybody knew, but me.
The plan initially was I was gonna propose to her on our 4-year anniversary. After she told me she was pregnant, I decided, well, how about at the gender reveal, we'll throw that in there, like nobody will be expecting it, and it'll totally catch her off guard, and hopefully she says yes.
So my mom planned a big dance with all my friends and my sisters, and they were dancing to all these different types of songs, and then the song Marry Me came on, and my aunt like grabbed me and she was like, was that a good dance? I'm like, yeah. And then Tyler's mom came up to me and started saying something, and Tyler snuck behind, then got on one knee, and I saw it, and then like the music like clicked, and I'm like, oh man. And then Tyler's mom moved and he was down on one knee, and then I started crying.
It seemed like I was down there for what felt like an eternity. I think if you find the video clip back, I think I say to you, I'm like, is that a yes?
Wedding's on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it as a yes.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
My aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, everybody saw it, my friends, and then after that, then we found out that we were having a boy. So beyond so many emotions, I was crying, I was pregnant, so all the types of emotions, and then we go out to find out that we were having a boy. My grandpa was really happy that he finally would have a grandson, because after like 12 granddaughters and 1 great-granddaughter, he finally got that great-grandson. The day Lana was born.
Oh, man.
So many emotions. I was so happy, I was scared, I was sad. It was crazy. Labor was really rough. Like, it was hours. He would not come out, they were struggling. And my mom kind of had a feeling there was something wrong. Once I had him, he was on my chest for like a split second, and then they took him away, and they realized that his oxygen was really low and something was wrong with his heart, so they brought him to the NICU.
When he was first born, they took him down just to like, I guess they do like normally, just to like look him over and check everything. And yeah, they said like he was a little junky, but they thought it was just a bunch of like fluid or something like that, and that there was really nothing remotely wrong in the beginning. When they came back, they woke us up, and a doctor basically just told us like he has his heart condition, and you know, they're like and once they said that, it was just kind of like, I don't know, like,
It's crazy.
yeah, everything just kind of just goes blank, you know, and he's like explaining stuff, and you kind of just like don't really hear it, you know, and you just hear like they're gonna airlift him, and I was just like a wreck after that. I just couldn't stop crying.
I felt so bad. I kept it together until they were going to take him, and then I touched Landon, and I just started crying. We have pictures of literally both of us just bawling. It was really an emotional time, but I think with everything that happened, normally people say when you have a kid, it separates you. That definitely did not happen. I think we got closer. We learned like new things, and now he's like a little doctor.
Yeah.
There were some days like when we found out that he needed the trach, they were doing a scope just to look at his vocal cords. And every time there would be a doctor come in, my heart would drop, because they said if a doctor came in, you know, that's when they knew like he would have to get a trach. And I had no idea what it was. They showed me what it was. I'm like, I never seen it before. I was very confused. And when they came in, my heart dropped, and the doctor told us. I was so sick to my stomach. I was like, it's all right though. Like, this is the worst thing that could happen. So he got his surgery, and from there me and Tyler had to learn how to take care of him. It was like weeks of traching. We had to do CPR. We had to figure out if there was an emergency, how we were gonna save his life. We actually first started on a teddy bear, on how to do trach changes and care for it. So I would come back at night, and I'd be like, Tyler, all right, teach me how to do it on the bear. So he would learn. We would be studying what type of trach he had, and just during like emergency things, like what to do, just so we knew we were both prepared. And for those 77 days too, we were living in this little tiny little room, super, super tiny. And basically day and night we were at the hospital until he started had to go back to work. The first time Tyler had to do a trach change by himself, he's like, I can't do it, I can't. I'm like, Tyler, if you don't do it, we can't leave. Like, we have to get everything signed off that we know how to take care of him. And I always just pushing Tyler, I'm like, you can do it, like, just go. So he did it. We learned, got our certifications and stuff, got everything signed off. And on the 77th day, we got to leave. And after that, it's been amazing.
And I think if anything, having a kid, you know, obviously with Landon's condition and everything that we had to go through and all the different stuff that we had to learn just to take care of him and everything, it really is like a team effort. And I think that really, especially the 77 days that we were at the hospital together, had to learn like how to take care of them together. It wasn't just one person could do it alone. You know?
We couldn't have one person. You had to have
Yeah.
2 people.
It was a
Had to.
2-person job, so I just love being able to just be home with you and Landon all the time.
Graduate college and to build our dream home in about like 7 to 10 years. I want to build our dream home. Probably sooner, could be later, who knows?
Yeah.
But that's the goal right now. And just to grow as a family and try to travel as much as we can.
I'd eventually like to either own my own restaurant or maybe even co-own a restaurant alongside like where I'm working now. Really, really like it there, and I definitely see a future there. Continue to grow our family together. Like she said, continue to travel. Seeing him, the way he lights up, you know, he's just so happy with life all the time, and he just takes it all in.
He loves being outdoors.
So
I think a cruise, I just wish I could take him now. A cruise, he would love it. The water and just
Yeah.
being around everybody. He loves people. He's just like, hi, hi.
yeah, I just love that exploring side of him. So just continue to grow and grow the family, grow old together.
I'm not getting it.
Well, I'll get old.